Hello everyone, this is Leon from Nintibuzz, and today I am going to show you some gameplay from Daemon X Machina. So the game, it's a sci-fi mech shooter. It comes out this Friday. It's very exciting, chock full of action. My review for it should actually be live just now. I will double check just in case the scheduling went a bit haywire. Nope, it is up right now, so feel free to, right after this stream, go straight onto the review, see my full opinions of the game, and then maybe that will entice you to purchase it, or not, who knows. Anyway, so let's get straight into a mission right now, because we do not have a lot of time today. So we're going to do... So offer missions are sort of for story, progress the story and progress your mercenary rank. We won't be doing any of those at the moment because essentially they cannot be replayed, which is a bit annoying. However, there are free missions which can be played at any time, replayed at any time, and some of them are a revamped version of offer missions. Before I do get started, if there are any audio issues, please let me know over in the chat so I can quickly sort those out. Otherwise, enjoy the show. So we're going to start with a fairly easy one to begin with, just so I can talk through the whole premise of Daemon X Machina without having to worry too much about how well I'm doing, although it might be embarrassing if I do badly with a basic rank D level.
You have arrived at the mission area. Scanning
Daemon X Machina, so it's set in a sort of post-apocalypse, desolate future. Essentially, sometime during in the history of the game, the moon of the planet tore apart, creating an apocalypse type environment, and also doing so unleashed a deadly force known as Immortals, which have corrupted loads of AI controlled vehicles and aircrafts and drones and all sorts, which are hell-bent on eliminating humanity completely. Luckily, the radiation from said tragedy released femto particles, which actually gave some of us superpowers. So we're playing as mercenaries, which are hired by the Orbital Organization, who sent on missions to try and restore peace. Obviously, it's not as simple as that. So when you're a mercenary, as you can see, you have access to this massive mech called a arsenal. Where are these enemies? Oh, there they are. And you can equip them with loads of different weapons and stuff. There's so many different types of weapons. So at the moment I'm just using a regular assault rifle and machine gun as well, but you can equip shields, swords, bazookas and stuff. Quickly while I'm here, cool little feature is if you do destroy a enemy arsenal, you can actually salvage a single piece of gear from it, which you can add it to your arsenal. Sometimes if you've got a free space available, you can actually equip them while playing, like in the middle of the mission as well, which is pretty cool, I think. So yes, you have many different types. Oh, there's another one. Let's get this guy as well. So many different types of weapons. Just gonna skip that. So I'll quickly show you how customization works in the game. So I got nice warmed up for some more action, but first we'll do some admin work, as you might say. So when you complete a mission, you get like some stats, so you get your total income for it as well. I'm glad I've sold you for the music alone. You also get a little breakdown of how well your weapons did, so you do your usage, you get your usage rate for each weapon, as well as your accuracy and damage output ratio. You also get fluctuations of your VP. VP is essentially your health points for your mech, and as well as stamina, where you got your damage and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And you also get rewards as well, so I looted some swag, so weapons and stuff, and you can also get paint skins, decals and stuff like that, and titles for just completing specific hidden challenges as well. So, fired up, more action. So we'll load over. So I'll just quickly introduce the sort of hangar area. This is your base of operation. So over here you have your own arsenal. I've renamed it Lupo Maxim. You can have a little look of your battle log as well, which will show you like things like your activity ratio, so whether you're on land or air, how many enemies you've defeated, how much equipment you've collected, your clear rate, etc, etc, which is pretty nifty. And when you're in multiplayer, your other buddies will appear on those other podiums over there, and going over here will allow you to access the multiplayer as well. So you've got online and local wireless multiplayer, so I won't go into it, but I will quickly show you. So you've got co-op play, so you can create a room, get a bunch of options such as choosing mission, the room type, so public or friends only, the maximum squad size, friends list. You can actually change the sort of message settings as well, which is pretty cool. Like, you can customize which what messages used, but I would recommend when playing with friends to try and use something like Discord. I'm not entirely sure if the game utilizes the Nintendo Switch Online app. I'm hoping when it launches it will use it, because that would be quite useful. And also partner settings as well, so as you progress through the stories you can invite computer controlled players into the game as well to help balance things out if you're like a two-player game going against a massive enemy. So over here you also have the lab. So in the lab you can change your appearance of the character like you could earlier on. So you've got lots of different customizations. You'll notice some of these are greyed out. That's because you can also do body modifications, which essentially acts as a skill tree of sorts for your character. So they add different skills or stats. So for example, over here, trying to find. So yeah, I've got. So you can increase your load speed, increase outer HP, stuff like that, which is pretty neat. So some of the modifications do permanently, well, not permanently, but make drastic changes to your appearance, making you unable to change the actual appearance. However, you can restore to your organic body and removal skills, but that does cost a bit of coin, so you want to be careful which skills you have at certain points, stuff like that. So that was the lab. Next is the ice cream parlour, because after a long day of kicking mech and AI butt, your mercenaries love some scoops of ice cream. So you've got like, you can choose a type of cone and different flavours as well, and depending on what you choose will give you different stat boosts. However, I find so far in my playthrough I found that I haven't visited this place too much, simply because in my opinion the stats aren't that great. Maybe I just haven't found the right combination yet, who knows. So that is basically the hangar. So if you have been playing the prologue demo, you probably are well aware of this, but for now let's do some... oh yes, I was going to tell you, completely forgot. So with the hangar, you can change your equipment and stuff. So what's pretty cool is there's a lot of customization with your arsenals. So you can choose your weapon that you use on the right arm, left arm weapons. You can choose shoulder weapon. You can choose an auxiliary weapon or support feature. Also, you can put weapons onto your pylons. If you put weapons onto your pylons, you can easily swap out your weapons on the fly as you see fit. So essentially you can end up carrying up to 6 weapons with you into battle, which is pretty cool. It gives you it allows you to cover all of your bases essentially, which I really like. And of course you can change how your paint looks. Oh, and you can also change armor as well, so head, body, processor, right arm, left arm, legs, etc. And each of them do give little boosts as well, so some head pieces may improve your range of automatic lock-on, whereas some processors may decrease the regeneration speed of stamina. Because when you boost, you use up stamina, and if you run out of stamina, you will stop flying and you'll stop boosting, and you have to wait until it regenerates. So, I've gone through the main basics of the hangar, so let's do another mission. So I am going to go over to investigate facility depths. So you'll find sometimes in free missions you'll have members of different mercenaries to join you. There are different constitutions which are made up of different types of mercenaries. So I've got 2 mercenaries from the Bullet Works, but there's different mercenaries with different personalities and stuff like that. Like the Western 7 absolutely loves destruction. They want to destroy anything which they are allowed to, basically, which is pretty cool. Download size, I can't remember exactly, but if you give me just a moment, I can find out for you, because I have access to a browser. Oh, someone answered me already, so 5 gigabytes. So for anyone who isn't in the chat, the download size is 5 gigabytes. So let's get started. Oh yes, with free missions as well, you can also request partners. So like I said, throughout the story you will unlock partners to help you out in battle, although do bear in mind there is a cost to the partners, and they vary depending on how good they are. So let's get started, shall we? Cool. So, a few other things about fighting. So you'll find that
femtoparticle density is low.
When
short-range radar will not be effective.
Just stay on the ground for this one.
Through the opening
when
until
you get
arrive
close
at
to
depths.
enemies,
Detecting
like
heat signatures from corrupted AIs. Eliminate them and continue your descent.
where are they?
Detecting powerful thermal reactions deep
This
below.
one's very low.
Proceed with caution.
Am I going the right way? I think so. Yeah. Here we go. So yes, when you get close to enemies, you'll see this cube appear on the heads-up display. Basically, that means that your arsenal will automatically aim for that weapon
Continue your descent.
for that enemy, which is incredibly useful. Yeah, shot over. Which is incredibly useful because you will end up going. You're going at high speed, so it can be quite difficult to aim manually. So I appreciate that little bit of extra helpfulness. At the moment, my partner is doing all of the work, which isn't good. Well, it makes it a bit easier for me as well. So it's down here. It's just typical that I pick the not as action-packed missions for the stream. Don't worry, the next I've got a good idea for what I'm going to do for the next one. So, said you can use the D-pad to change which weapon that you're using. So I've swapped to a laser sort of weapon. And also this arc as well. Like the arc is really good for quicker enemies because it will slow them down a bit. I'm just going to go back to the regular one over there. But yeah, it's very quick how you can change weapons. It's like, I really like that. It doesn't impede the action of the gameplay, which is really nice. You also have your shoulder weapons as well, so at the moment I've got homing missiles, which is pretty cool. What I might actually do is there is a mission of sorts which I really want to show you. So if I don't complete this in the next few moments, I will quit this mission. Oh, that's Johnny G. I don't want to shoot him. And show you what's up with that sort of mission. In fact, I am actually running a bit low on how much I can show you at the moment, so I'll quickly defeat this one last guy, and yeah, I'll quickly exit the battle. Because there is one more thing which I'd love to show you at in the hangar, which I find is very useful. So you may find some missions are easier with certain types of weapons, but obviously once you have so many different types of weapons, it's hard to keep track of what it can be a bit difficult to keep track of what you have. However, there's this brilliant feature. It's not high tech or anything, it's just absolutely brilliant. So you can go to loadout and you can actually save the different loadouts you have for different situations. So at the moment I've been using the Rat-a-tat Zap loadout. I've named it myself, appropriately named after may or may not be referencing a certain Bear and Bird duo who recently got added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But I am going, for this next mission, I'm going to change it to Pew, Sizz and Boom. So this one is, I really like my ballistics. So on this I do have an assault rifle, I've got a laser rifle, I've got a bazooka, and I have a acid gun. So it would definitely be useful for this sort of mission. So, welcome to the battlefield. Ooh, I've tempted someone to pre-order. Just like, I'm proud of that, I guess. But yes, come on, load. So, this mission is slightly different because we've got this giant mechanoid creature, also known as a colossal immortal. So they are massive mechanoid structures which are pretty difficult to take down, especially if you're like me and forgot to give yourself a partner. But luckily there are some weak points to these immortals. So, run away! There's enemy AI units over there. What I'm going to do is going to go on the ground because he's got some nasty weak points on his underside. Oh no! Did I forget my... No, I've got my Tempest. Thank God. I thought I would have... Oh! I missed that shield over there. So, one thing that's pretty cool is you do have your mechanoid, which is pretty cool. Hopefully just boost all the way out of dodge. But if you press X at any time, you can exit. Oh, that was a poor choice. That was a poor choice. Why did I do that? But I just wanted to show that you can exit your arsenal at any point. Also, when your arsenal goes down, like it did earlier, you do get about 10 seconds to exit your arsenal for a quick last hurrah if you don't quite want to give up just yet. I am going to quickly exit battle and re-enter because I did not mean to lose my arsenal that quickly. So we're going to try that again. This time I am going to hire a partner. So I've still got 9 minutes. So doing, I'm pretty sure I can do this in 9 minutes, maybe. It's like I wish I had some people. Oh, that's good. Got a little reward. I wish I had some people online at the moment because I'd definitely love to face a colossal immortal with other people. It's multiplayer personally is my favourite mode. I'm gonna do Crown Princess. Right, come on. So I only have one free slot for that one. Yes. So yes, multiplayer, like personally, is my favourite mode. You know, I was playing with a couple of members from the Nintendo UK team, and that was a lot of fun. I may have embarrassed myself slightly because I did go straight into multiplayer when I only had a simple assault rifle and a shield. But considering we were going against some pretty big meanies, I think I did pretty well. So, skip that.
Scanning battlefield. Femto particle density is low.
There are. So the missions are in multiplayer are more like the free missions rather than the offer missions. So it doesn't. So you don't have a cooperative story mode for the game, but instead you've got lots of missions where you're trying to defeat colossal immortals. You've also got some missions where you're going against other mercenaries from the story mode, which can be quite difficult. I ended up running out of ammo, so I had to keep relying on picking up cars and hoping I would be able to aim correctly. I failed, of course. I lost my arsenal, and then I lost myself, but it was still pretty cool. I think if I had better weapons at the time, I definitely would have done better. But it's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to the fact that there's supposedly, if I remember correctly from E3, they said that they will be adding a competitive multiplayer mode, some competitive multiplayer modes post-launch, which I'm pretty excited about. So that should be a lot of fun. So let's see if I can. I'm not doing so well. Don't think I'll complete this in time, but we can try our best. A couple extra things. So with the hangar, you can of course purchase weapons at the shop. However, you can also develop weapons as well. So it will unlock new types of weapons, and as long as you have the correct materials and right amount of money, so like you can develop them. It takes like a mission or two to unlock, but it's a pretty cool way of doing it. Additionally, in the factory, you can attach these sort of mods to specific weapons with attachment slots. So you'll unlock these attachments which give you extra boosts, such as resistance against certain attack types. As well as like better damage from laser weapons, for example, off the top of my head. Let's see if I can. Oh no, that's not good. Let's see on the map here. There's a recovery point over here. Doesn't help. Oh no! Recovery! Ah, that was poorly timed. Oh, not a problem. Like, be sure to read my reviews as well. Like, I think my only negative is the fact that there's no scoring system that I'm aware of, and you cannot replay the story missions, which seems a bit of a bummer, but it's still a pretty fun game nonetheless. So, I've got about 5 minutes left. Can I defeat him before I'm no longer allowed to show anything else from it to release? I think he's down to half vote, which is pretty cool. Oh, I forgot I have homing missiles, which are incredibly useful. It's always useful when you forget that you have powerful weapons, Come on! I think I got him good. Can. I hate when he keeps doing leapfrog. Ah, stupid machine. Did I do it? I think I did it. Oh, that's just 1-5. Yes, I defeated him. I have defeated the Gunvolt.
Mission
Colossal
complete.
Immortal.
Mission accomplishment
Phew!
recognized.
Oh, I
Mapping
need to
return sequence.
beat this guy quickly. Oh, ran out of bazookas. But that's all good. All good, yes. I completed it
Yeah,
in
I'm
time.
a killer. So what?
Oh, thank you very much. Is it Yeoi00?
Here.
It's like, I'm fairly new, I don't stream that often. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. Like the last stream I did was a spontaneous stream. I thought when you duplicate scenes in OBS that the audio settings would stay the same, but no. When I went back to watch over the stream, it was of Super Mario Galaxy 2 by the way, the game audio was incredibly loud and my microphone was incredibly silent. It just shows me that even if I feel somewhat competent, I should still do a few tests beforehand. Lesson learnt though. Anyway, let's go back to the hangar. So I think that's basically everything that I need to say about the game. It's like, so far, like, I will admit it's not a perfect game. There are some improvements where if I was on the development team I would make, for example, giving like providing some sort of scoring would definitely be beneficial, because then I would be more inclined to replay missions to better my score, for example. So that's like one thing that I like. I know it's a different sort of game, but Astral Chain I've been playing recently, and I'm really looking forward to replaying missions to try and better my score. Like if there's something like that in Daemon X Machina, I would definitely enjoy it a lot better. But it's still a pretty good game. I've never actually played any sort of game like this in this specific genre of mech shooter, but I feel it's a good introduction for me. It's pretty easy to grasp the basics. The plot, though stagnant at the beginning, it does start to pick up. You start to uncover conspiracies, like you'll find out this AI is a lot more intelligent than you first take it for granted. But yeah, it's like pretty cool game, and yeah, thank you for the compliment, really appreciate it. It's like I said, I don't stream that often. I'm hoping to stream more often. One quick thing which I did forget to mention, so if your particular parts of your arsenal do become too damaged, so you can actually break certain parts of your armour, you will lose those stats for that mission. They do get repaired at the end of the mission, but as you can see there is a cost to that as well, so I actually ended up losing 4k in that, which is pretty hilarious. Anyway, it is time for me to log off, I'm afraid. Hopefully I've shown you a good amount of gameplay. Once you finish watching, feel free to go onto Nintybuzz, nintybuzz.com, that's Nintybuzz. Because sometimes when I say my website's name, people find the spelling bit iffy, so don't know, but I thought it might be useful spelling it out. And my review is ready for reading pleasure. And until next time, keep on buzzing.